Cooper Weidenthaler with Davenport Athletics, head men's basketball coach Burt Paddock. Coach, last week, couple of road wins. You went to Wayne State, got the dub. Then you went to Ashland, got the dub. You've now won 3 games in a row, starting to build a little momentum here in the stretch run. What'd you see from your team last week?
I was proud of my guys. I think anytime you go on the road in the GLIAC, and especially this year, and people that aren't familiar with their conference, I think our conference, the bottom teams are really starting to get better. And so every day, I do feel it's a huge challenge. And anytime you go on the road in the conference to win on somebody else's home court, it's almost impossible. And so for us to be able to go on the road on Thursday to the Math Ice Center over in Wayne State and win with over a very well-coached team, and then to go to Ashland, who was top 10 in the country at one time earlier in the year, just very proud of our kids, like you said. They competed incredibly hard. We guarded our tails off. We controlled what we could control. We didn't make as many shots as maybe we'd like to, but man, we sure guarded well. And I feel like our team is starting to get better each and every time we take the floor.
So this week, Saginaw comes here on Thursday, 2 of the top 5 scorers in the league on that team, and then we go on the road Saturday to Northwood. Talk a little bit about those 2 matchups and what you see from those teams.
Well, I think Saginaw on Thursday is going to be one of the biggest challenges we've had all year. They can really score the basketball, and they play incredibly fast. They make shots. They make tough shots. They make easy. They post up. They shoot threes. I mean, they got 2-3 different guys that can really drive the basketball, and so it's going to be a huge challenge for us. Maybe one of the biggest challenge we've had defensively since we've got started this year. And, it's a big challenge, but we're looking forward to it. And then on Saturday, we got to travel over to Northwood, play a weird time later on in the afternoon. Instead of a 3 o'clock, it's like 6 o'clock at night that we'll be playing. Not the end of the world, but, something different for your kids to have to digest and work their way through and all that stuff. And they've played well. They've got a winning record right now. They keep getting better every year that I've been here. And they got one of the best point guards in the year. They got a great big guy inside, and they got athletic wings. And so just like every time we take the floor, huge challenge, incredibly well-coached teams in our conference. I can't say enough about the coaching. Every time you take the floor, you're going to get something different thrown at you. Really appreciate that. Kind of keeps us on our toes. I think it's made me a better coach, but also it's tough for our kids to try to get through that stuff because there's such good coaches in the league and good competition.
Right, so some individual talk. We don't talk about individual guys a lot, but Tafari Beckford, 6 straight games with double-figure points, back-to-back double-doubles. Last year came off the bench just about every game. He did every game. This year, he's an everyday starter for the first time in his career. What have you seen from Tafari as a big man in that starting lineup?
Well, he's done a good job for us. I think, when he first got here last year, he hadn't really played basketball in about a year and a half, and all of a sudden he comes at Christmas and he's thrown into the fray like immediately. And I really appreciate the fact that when he got here, he just wanted to fit in. He did what we asked. He played defense. He rebounded. He guarded the other team's best player, especially late in games, and did a tremendous job with it. And I think coming into this year, he took those challenges on, but I think he wanted to be a bigger focal point on the offensive end and stuff. And even though he can do those things, I think early on in the year, some of our guys, and not their own fault, sometimes it's my own fault for not maybe defining what their roles were better for them. I think they were trying to figure out what they were going to do, especially when Avery went out, and then all of a sudden Jaron goes out. And I think guys are trying to figure things out. I think we've done a better job of kind of explaining to guys what made them great last year or what can make us great this year. And we kind of got back to him was continue to think about defending and rebounding the ball. When you do that, the offense just kind of comes for you. When you start thinking about offense first, it doesn't really work that way for him. And, he's done that, and all of a sudden here he's got double-double after double-double. He's doing a tremendous job. We weren't a great rebounding team earlier in the year, and with his efforts here lately, it's turned us into a very formidable rebounding team, competing with some of the best rebounding teams in our league. And it's also just made him such a better player, getting putbacks, getting tip-ins, getting easy baskets that he needs to get to help our team win.
Coach, on the cusp of some history, you're 2 wins away from 300 for your career at Davenport. Again, not a guy to talk about yourself a lot. We talk about the team as we should, but what's an accomplishment like that mean to you, 300 wins?
It means I've coached a bunch of really good people. I mean, the people that I'm surrounded with and my family and just the support we get around here, it's a pretty cool thing. Everybody always says, hey, I've had recruits ask, how long are you going to stay, Coach, until they get rid of me?
Yep.
We're in a special time, and I think so many times people think that the grass is always greener somewhere else. And to me, the grass is pretty plush here. I'm pretty excited about being here. And if I can just keep coaching people that I like to be around as much as the first 298 wins or whatever it is, man, I'll enjoy the next 10 or 12 years just as much. So I guess more than anything, just thank those players that have been here for me. Without them, I haven't made a basket in 12 years, but those guys have made a whole bunch of them, and I appreciate every one of them.